Hey guys, what is up and welcome to round 2. It is the Bombers and the Bulldogs. It is the grand final rematch for 2021. We played the Dogs in the grand final, if you guys can remember. If you haven't seen that, go watch season 1 and then you'll get all caught up to date. But this is the grand final rematch. It is the Bombers and the Bulldogs from Marvel Stadium. We will be without our captain, Dyson Heppel, but this is a big challenge considering it's the second game of the year. The two best teams from last year will face off again. So let's get into team selection for the grand final rematch. So it's the Bombers and the Dogs from Marvel Stadium. The Bombers are favourites coming off their round 1 victory over the Hawks. It was a very tight round 1 victory over the Hawthorn Football Club. They kept us on our toes, but the Bombers are favourites to beat the Dogs in today's video. Every single game we've ever played against the Bulldogs, it's been close. I mean, we had an overtime, we beat them by a point, and we only beat them by 3 points in the grand final as we get into team selection. So in and out this week, Dyson Heppel will go out due to injury. Zach Merritt comes in for his first game of the season. He missed, I think it was 8 weeks last season, played in the grand final, got injured in the preseason, so he missed round 1 as we look at our team. So Mason Redmond, Michael Hurley, Paddy Ambrose, Adam Sard, Cale Hooker, Connor McKenna. Our backline's looking very strong. Darcy Parish, Andy McGrath, Tommy Cutler, Orazio Fantasia, Shawnee McKernan, Jacob Townsend, Anthony McDonald, Tipper Moody, and Jeremy Cameron still yet to kick a goal for the Bombers, and Devon Smith, Tommy Bell-Chambers, Dylan Shield, Zach Merritt, Kyle Langford, Dylan Clark, Jaden Laverty, and Jordan Ridley. So our lineup is looking pretty good. We still have Jake Stringer and Dyson Heppel to come back to be at full strength. So let's get into it. It is the grand final rematch between the Bombers and the Bulldogs from Marvel Stadium.
I'm Anthony Hudson. Get ready. It's time for Sunday afternoon football. Today, we are at Marvel Stadium. The sun is shining in today as they've decided to leave the roof open. Providing special comments for today's game is Gary Lyon.
Thanks, Hutto. Should be a great game today.
For today's match, we have Western Bulldogs and Essendon. Confidence, they're looking sharp, and the crowd are appreciating it. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they play today.
I agree with you there, Hutto. It's a big midfield battle today. Whichever team can get on top in the middle of the ground will walk out winners today.
And the crowd are appreciating it. The cheer squad's hard work is paying off. The banners are looking great. The captains converge for the toss of the coin. Well, we all know who should get the job done, but it's shaping as a very interesting matchup. The opening siren is moments away, and you can feel the excitement building.
So here we go. The Bombers and the Bulldogs will meet in round 2. The grand final rematch is underway. The Bulldogs will definitely be out to beat us as they go inside 50 early on. Connor McKenna can't punch down, and they get a goal through, I think it might be Josh Bruce, out the back. He was very quiet on grand final day, but he bobs up and kicks the first goal of the game for the Bulldogs. So 1-1-7, plays 0. Dylan Clark, who was pretty good in round 1. I've seen a few people say that Dylan Clark should have went out of the team. I feel like he needs to stay in the team. He loads up, he kicks the goal, and the Bombers are away. So 1-1-7, plays 1 straight 6 early on in this game. The Bombers are away. We actually did dominate this first term. We probably should have been up by around 3 or 4 goals. Look at this miss from Anthony McDonald, Tipper Moody, right in front of goal. He misses to the right-hand side, but we were peppering the goals. You see another free kick to the Bombers here. Devon Smith, actually it was Darcy Parish running into an open goal. Zane Cordy tackles him. Now Darcy Parish had 4 shots on goal last week against the Hawks. He comes out, kicks his first goal of the game, and the Bombers get out to a 7-point lead. So 15 plays 7 here. Our tackling is just ferocious at this point, and Devon Smith, if you don't mind, has a bounce, snaps on the left foot. Jeremy Cameron in the goal square. It does not matter. It goes through for a goal, and the Bombers have their third. 21 minutes have gone in this term, and the Bombers have a nice lead. But this Bulldogs team, definitely going to not let us run over them. Josh Bruce kicks his second goal of the game. and they get within 8 points early on in this term. 19 plays 21. Tommy Bell-Chambers goes inside 50. Jeremy Cameron with a chance to kick his first goal for the club. Out the back, Jeremy Cameron running into goal for his first goal for the Bombers in the big trade with Joey Danaher. And Jeremy Cameron kicks his first goal for the club. Welcome to the Bombers, Jeremy Cameron. Have a look at this out the back. It is nice to see Cameron get on the board. He was pretty quiet in the first matchup against the Hawks, but it's good to see Jeremy Cameron get on the board. So 27 plays 19 here as we head into quarter time. The Bombers had a pretty good opening term. No Dyson Heppel, so Michael Hurley is captaining the team at the moment. 4-3-27 to the Dogs, 3-1-19. A really good start for the Dons, and Jeremy Cameron kicking his first goal. The grand final rematch, I feel like every single game we ever play against the Bulldogs is going to be tight. They're a really well-drilled team on AFL Evolution 2, and I played them in my GWS series, and they actually got the best of us. They actually smashed us in the GWS series, but we are now in the Bombers series. We beat them in the grand final as we head into quarter number 2, and the Bulldogs put the foot down. So the Dogs actually were all over us. I mean, Josh Bruce, have a look at this. Kicks his third goal of the contest off the ground. He is having a field day at this point. I think Mason Redmond might have been playing on him, but I end up switching Mason Redmond because there's no way Mason Redmond should be manning up on Josh Bruce. But this Bulldogs team, here comes Bruce once again. He's kicked 4 goals in a half. Was not sided in the grand final, and he's just all over us. Michael Hurley was really good as well. He comes out on Norton. He actually played really good, Michael Hurley. But the Bulldogs peppering the goals at this point. You see a nice mark here. Play on from Tory Dixon. Probably should have went back and actually just had a shot. He misses. They have a 5-point lead. We just couldn't get out of our back line. Adam Sarge struggled early on in this game. Snapped towards goal. Have a look at this goal. Bounces through. Tory Dixon makes up for his miss. And the Dogs have an 11-point lead. Like I said, they own the football in the first half of this term. Look at the fog in this game. The fog was so bad. I mean, I don't know why this is even a setting in AFL Evolution. That's probably the one thing I don't like about the setting sometimes. You can't actually change the weather. But the Dogs have a nice lead into the fog. Caleb Daniel kicks a goal. 44 plays 27. The Bombers need something. They are all over us. And have a look at this end-to-end play from the Dons. Paddy Ambrose gets the ball. He plays on, has a bounce, goes along the wing. So on the wing, it's a 2-on-2. Jordan Ridley comes and spoils, and the Bombers are away. Kyle Langford can handle over to Tipper. Tipper runs, can chip it over the top, and Fantasia has been pretty quiet to start the season, takes a nice mark. He goes back to kick his first goal of the game, and the Bombers have their 5th. So the Bombers only trail by 12 points at this stage, 5-3 to the Bulldogs 45. So we see here some more pressure from the Dons. Darcy Parish I feel like he's going to have a massive year. Dylan Shield applies the pressure. Darcy Parish gets the handball. Almost a turnover from Cordy. Tipper's there. All the Bombers are there. Kyle Langford runs in to kick the goal, and he misses to the left-hand side. So we definitely did have our opportunities in this second term. You see here Dylan Clark runs in to kick his second goal of the game. Dylan Clark definitely putting his hand up to stay in the team. I mean, he got injured last year near the end of the season, so he lost his spot. I mean, Zach Merritt come back into the team. But it's nice to see him get going. But 45 plays 40 here. The Dogs definitely applying the pressure. Look at this. I honestly don't know how Lockie Hunter gets the mark here. That had to be a spoil. The Bulldogs were pressing on us. Lockie Hunter lines up. It just hits the post. And it's a 6-point game with 30 minutes gone off the clock as the siren sounds. So the siren sounds. It is a 1-goal game. The Bulldogs lead. We had a really good first term, but the Bulldogs responded. 7-4-46 to the Bombers, 6-4-40. Devon Smith being good. Mason Redmond being really good. Dylan Clark also been pretty good with 2 goals. Josh Bruce has 4 goals at halftime and absolutely dominating at this point. We need to stop Josh Bruce if we're going to be any chance to win the grand final rematch with the Western Bulldogs. Like I said, every single game we play against the Dogs, it always feels like it's a close game. It always feels like the team... I feel like the last 4 matchups we've met with them, it's been decided by a goal. As we get into this second term here, the ball goes inside 50. Connor McKenna has to punch. He can't punch. Hurley just tried to storm out of the back line. Mason Redmond gets tackled. The Bulldogs did come. But here come the Dons. Tommy Cutler running through, handballs to himself. You could say, I mean, I thought Jeremy Cameron was going to run through. But Tommy Cutler played every single game last year. Runs in and kicks the goal. The Bombers tie the game up. 46 plays 46. We got into a little bit of a purple patch here. Jack McRae gets holding the ball. And Andy McGrath can go inside 50. He kicks it in. Shawnee McKernan going for the mark. Can't take it. But out the back, Parrish kicks it. Dylan Shield should take the mark. Played really good. And takes a nice mark. Dylan Shield can kick the goal for the Bombers. He's a right footer in this game. Don't tell me why. Don't ask me why. I've got honestly no idea why Dylan Shield is a right footer. But he kicks the goal. 52 plays 46. And the Bombers get some more end-to-end plays. Zachy Merritt Handballing over the top. Andy McGrath providing a lot of run for us. He handballs over as well. And here go the Bombers on the wing. Townsend can get over the top. Oh, Tippin Woody gets tackled, but it doesn't matter. Townsend runs up, follows his play, kicks the goal, squeezes it through, and the Bombers get a 12-point lead. So we did escape in this term. I mean, like I said, we got in a little bit of a purple patch here as well. You see Adam Sard just going through the middle of the ground, taking the game on. I feel like that's what he does best. When he takes the game on, it creates a lot of opportunities. You see here, nice tackling from the Dons. And Shawnee McKernan, no one between him and the goals. Devon Smith and Shawnee McKernan could have both grabbed it, but it goes to Sean McKernan. He kicks the goal, and the Bombers get a nice little buffer. 64 plays 47 in the grand final rematch. But here come the Western Bulldogs, and Marcus Bontempelli stands up for the Bulldogs. He was really good in this game. I mean, he had a lot of disposals. 18 minutes have gone. Kicks a much-needed goal from the Dogs. Considering we had that nice little 16, 15-point lead, the Dogs answered. Have a look at this snap from Billy Gowers, if you don't mind, snapping over his shoulder. Bulldogs do have a few injuries, though. I did see their ruckman were out. I think it was Tim English was out. But they definitely did make up for what they lacked. Billy Gowers gives the Bulldogs the lead. Considering we had like a 15, 16-point lead, it's pretty disappointing. But Billy Gowers gives the Dogs the lead as we head in to close to three-quarter time. Dylan Clark chips it over the top, and Jeremy Cameron has a chance to kick goal number 2 for the Bombers for his career. Come across in the Joe Danaher trade. He's going to have a big year. He lines up and kicks goal number 2. He was massive in this second half. The Bombers get the lead back just before three-quarter time. But the Bulldogs were not going to allow that to stand. I mean, they were basically, every single time it felt like we were going to break away, they stayed in the match. Jeremy Cameron kicks a nice goal here. I don't know why the stadium roof is open. Let's have a look at this mark. Now, Big Will. Big Wes. Wes Butt. I've no idea who this guy is, but they must have drafted him. He kicks the goal. He stands up, and the Bulldogs have a 1-point lead heading into the three-quarter time break. As the siren sounds, the Bombers trail by 1 point. The Bulldogs just edging ahead in the grand final rematch. Marcus Bontempelli's been the Bulldogs' best at the minute. 11-5-71 to the Bombers, 11-4-70 as we get into this final term. 22 inside 50s to the Dogs, 18 inside 50s to the Bombers. It's been a very tough game. 7 disposals for Marcus Bontempelli. I feel like the disposal counts have been down as Jeremy Cameron's kicked 2 as we get into the final quarter of the grand final rematch. Every single game against the Dogs is going to come down to the wire. I just have to accept that now. I feel like they are our rivals at the minute. As we get into this last term, the Twilight footy is well and truly kicked in, and the Bulldogs are applying all sorts of pressure. Wes Butt again kicks his second goal in a row, and the Bulldogs have a 7-point lead. 77 plays 70. This Bulldogs team is not going to let us run over the top of them. But the Bombers, we did not lie down. Connor McKenna has a chance here to bring us back within 1. He misses to the left-hand side. It is a 1-goal game. 71 plays 77. Darcy Parish taking the game on here, creating for the Bombers, putting on the afterburners. I feel like he's going to have a massive year. Handballs over to Redmond, who was really good, and Jeremy Cameron all alone. You cannot leave Jeremy Cameron all alone. He has the chance to kick goal number 3. This would be his first bag for the club. He kicks his 3rd goal, and we all tied up with 14 minutes gone in the last term. It was always going to come down to a close game, but the Dogs did answer out the back here. Marcus Bontempelli for goal number 2. Snaps on the right foot. He has 2 goals, and the Dogs have a 6-point lead. We need to respond, and we do respond. We go inside 50 here. Tommy Bellchambers, nice tackle. Yet again, Jeremy Cameron absolutely dominating Zane Cordy at the minute. Runs into an open goal for goal number 4. Jeremy Cameron's kick 4 in his 2nd game for the club, and the Bombers tie the game up. So the Dogs did have a 1-point lead at this stage. 84 plays 83. And we just could not get it out of our back line. Jordan Ridley gets tackled, and have a look at this snap on goal. I thought I could have spoiled it. Josh Bruce kicks goal number 5. 90 plays 83. The Dogs just a little bit too strong when it mattered. Jordan Ridley, we have one more chance here to get us back in this game. Kicks up to the half-forward flank area. Connor McKenna gets it going. It's a 2-on-2. It was actually a 3-on-3 created at this point. Darcy Parish roving the pack, gets the handball. At the back, Fantasia gets it over to Townsend. Probably should have ran on, kicked the goal. Kicks it to McKernan. McKernan has a chance, and the siren sounds. And the Bombers lose their first game of the year. They lose the grand final rematch to the Western Bulldogs. The Western Bulldogs just a little bit too strong in this game. Jeremy Cameron did kick 4 goals. It is exciting, but we fall to the Western Bulldogs. That's our first loss against the Dogs in all the games we've played them. 14-6-90 to 13-5-83. A 7-point loss. I mean, we can hold our head high. I felt like we did play good footy. We had a 16-point lead in that 3rd quarter, and we just gave it up. So we definitely have a lot of things to work on. But the Bombers don't get the job done. We go 1-1 on the season. Our first loss for a long, long time. I think our first loss since we lost to the Bulldogs in the first final. So Bontempelli dominated. Redmond was good for us. Jeremy Cameron kicked 4. Dylan Clark kicked 2. Darcy Parish had 1. And Josh Bruce, just the star of the show. 5 goals and 10 disposals. We just couldn't stop him. He was a little bit too good for us. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to stick around for J21 votes. The dog's just a little bit too good. I thought I'd just show you guys probably like the low lights. So if you want to see any changes next week, I can make some changes. These are the low lights. Paddy Ambrose only the 4 disposals. Tommy Bell Chambers only the 4. If you wanted to go back and just pause that video. As we get into J21 votes for another week. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This was pretty tough. There wasn't a lot of standout players. I mean, Jeremy Cameron did kick 4, but I decided that the votes... I know I don't show the full highlights, but I decided that Mason Redmond should get the 5 votes. He was really good. Hurley kept Norton to only 1 goal. Dylan Shield gets the 3 votes. He was good. Zachy Merritt in his return game. And Jeremy Cameron kicked 4 goals. So happy with Jeremy Cameron. Dylan Shield and Zach Merritt were our barometers in the middle. They were really good. And Hurley and Redmond was basically our spine in the back line. We definitely need to improve if we are going to defend our basically our premiership and go back-to-back. But this is the leaderboard as we have a look at the leaderboard for round 2. Michael Hurley has the lead on 8 votes. Darcy Parish 5, Redmond 5, Sard 4, Dylan Shield 3, Zach Merritt 2. Heppel, Cameron, and Ridley all have votes as well. They will feature in the votes, I'm pretty sure, down the line. But Dyson Heppel will miss majority of probably the start of the season. Probably missed the first like 6 weeks. But as we look at the ladder and we wrap up this video. So the Bombers are currently 14th. We take on the West Coast Eagles in our next video. They're 2-0 at the minute, so it's going to be a big, big clash. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next AFL Evolution 2 video.